What's up, y'all? This is Ty, and I'm here to review Down in the Valley where the girls get naked. If you throwing bands, then you know she gonna shake it. Hey, P.Valley, that's right. The season finale of P.Valley. Yes, it's only 8 episodes, and this was the season finale. 1, 2, break them. 3, 4, break them. You know what other song I like? What other song I like on there? What's the one that Lil Murda sings? Na 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 na. Listen, I can't rap, so I can sing. I'm terrible at rapping. I can never remember the words. I can never get the flow. So this is the best you're gonna get from me. Na 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 na. I love that song. It was catchy. I was like, yeah, Lil Murda. Anyway, I'm here to review episode 8, only 8 episodes of P.Valley, the hit show on Starz. Shout outs to my people. Quiet Guy, I see you down in the comment section. Thank you for the comments. Tia Divine, June BLC, Miss Tasha, Simply Be Yourself 100, Ativ, RC Colger, Cynthia, Penny, I'm leaving somebody else out. Cynthia, Penny, Atif. Okay, I forgot the other person, but you know who you are. Thank you for your comments. I love all y'all for showing me some support, and I have fun doing these reviews. I just have a good time. It's just a lot of fun. So, anyway, let's get right down to this episode because it's murder night. It's murder night down at the Pink. The Pink is about to close because you know they in foreclosure and all of that good stuff. But it's murder night. And you know where we last left off. Poor Autumn Night, a.k.a. Haley, is in that room. The boom boom room, the champagne room, whatever you want to call it. And she's in there about to fight for her life. Because she's in there with that dude that we find out. That was his money. She was, cleaning. And she took his money and all that. And he's like, where is my money? He got her in here dancing. Meanwhile, I like how they kept doing this. There was so much tension, so much going on. Meanwhile, like I said, it's murder night. So Lil Murda, he got to put on his show. He got Mississippi Keyshawn up here on the pole, dropping it like it's hot. You should get up on that pole and drop that booty down. Bam! Down onto the thing, doing her thing. And she's the hottest thing right now. Both of them, because his song done went viral. Her videos have made it going viral. People are here. It's also supposed to be Mercedes' last dance. And she just can't seem to get this last dance in, can she? It's always something going on. So last time she had a last dance, she got arrested because she beat her mama down. But anyway, Keyshawn up on the post. She do that, I love that. Drop down. Get your eagle on, just all that stuff. And so he's putting on his show. Meanwhile, Keyshawn's boyfriend, the abusive one, he's sitting back there like this. Just mad, just steaming because y'all know he's abusive, he's possessive and jealous, and he low-key racist. He don't like her around all these N-words, shaking that booty for all these brothers. He don't like that. He's sitting there. The whole time I said, oh, so you had that tension. I'm worried about her. But I could relate because I'm like, I had to say to myself, Ty, now would you want your girlfriend, would you want to see your girlfriend up on the pole and shoot? But you know what? Quick story. Actually, I once dated a stripper, but she was actually a former stripper, but she had come out of retirement. I had went with her she was bartending at this place on the side, and I went with her. It was like bartender's night or whatever. So this was the night that the former strippers came back. Why am I telling y'all this? But anyway, the former strippers came back to do, they came out, the bartender was down. They showed that they still got their moves. So she went, and I went and supported. So I will take that back. I did go see somebody I was dealing with do a little dance, but she was like a retired stripper that came out of retirement just to do that one more time. But she didn't get up there and she was like dancing on the bar, crawling like Catwoman or something. But anyway, that was back in my day. That was way back in the day, in my youth. in my youth. Anyway, I was trying to say, I could kind of understand him being a little jealous, but I'm thinking about it. No, I actually did do that. But I get it. But this dude is an abusive creep. So that's the part that just annoys me. So meanwhile, Mercedes is here too. This is supposed to be her last dance. One more dance. One more dance is murder night. And she's over there with the coach, and the coach makes her an offer that he thinks she can't refuse. You know what? I'll give you the money, you give me the honey. So he tells her, she said, well, what do you think your wife is going to think about that stuff? And he said, my wife knows, baby. Come on, baby. So basically, he made a proposal. She's like, let me think on this. She's like, Meanwhile, Mercedes is trapped up in here. So much tension going on. I don't know how many. I was like this the whole episode. Like, damn, it was so good. She's trapped in here. Not Mercedes. Autumn is trapped in here with this dude. And I'm like, is anybody going to help her? So she's being real smart. She tried to get away the first time. He yoked her up. But she took her top off because, it was no Tata night. You couldn't do that. The mayor had made those rules. You're not supposed to do that. So Uncle Clifford sees her in the camera, and he calls for Big L or Diamond to come do something. But Big L is preoccupied, and he's preoccupied doing that little transaction behind the scenes or whatever with the old boy. And Diamond was preoccupied. So now nobody's helping her. So I'm like, oh my God, somebody help her. It was so much tension. Meanwhile, tension is building with Lil Murder and Keyshawn, because now Keyshawn's boyfriend is ready to go. He ready to go. He wants to see her, but she's looking. And then there was a guy there from the music industry that can bring Lil Murder's career, to new heights. But he seemed to be taking a fascination with Keyshawn. He saw her down on that pole like that, so he's like, yeah, I'm into her. Now this builds more tension because she's a little nervous. Now she's sitting over here playing the beard to Lil Murder, this whole fake relationship to build up this career, and she's nervous because her boyfriend the whole time he's staring, and he's getting more mad because he sees that this guy is fawning over his girl, and he's an abusive coward, and he's like getting more pissed off. And the guy is really into Keyshawn. He wants her, and he wants to work more with her than Lil Murder. And Little Murder, I guess he was saying all these different things. He even dissed Little Murder's manager, like, I could take your career here, this, that, and the third. Now here comes Uncle Clifford. And Uncle Clifford puts her hands down on Lil Murder's shoulder. And now homophobia in hip-hop and all that stuff, that don't look right. When this is a trap rapper, he's about the streets, he's authentic. And the guy said, I'm looking for somebody authentic, and your teeth is green, and blah, 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 blah. He looking. So Lil Murder kind of brushed Uncle Clifford off and was like, I'm handling business right now. That hurt Uncle Clifford's feelings. But meanwhile, the guy from the music industry, the business or whatever, he says some derogatory remarks about gays and all this other stuff, and that set Keyshawn over. She defended, don't you talk about Uncle Murder, because don't you talk Uncle Murder. I keep calling him Uncle Murder. Don't you talk about Uncle Clifford, because Uncle Clifford, and she starts rhyming. Now this makes him even more fascinated with Keyshawn, because he's like, oh, you rhyme too? So the manager's like, wait, you more into her than him? And he was like, listen, it's a dime a dozen, these Little Murders, but her, she's special. That whole Black Barbie thing she got going on, I like that. So he's really wanting her. But the tension is building, y'all, because her boyfriend is over there, like, the steam is coming out. His insecurities are spilling over, and he's a coward and a punk. He wants to fight. He's going to hurt this girl. He says, can I speak to you? And she says, 1 second. Then she snaps on him. I said, she's not making it any better. She tells her boyfriend, I said, wait 1 effing minute, whatever. She snapped on her. And I'm like, oh, gosh, she going to get hurt. She going to get hurt. She going to get hurt. So when that meeting is over, he grabs her up, yokes up, and tells her, we going now. What was that? She's like, I got to get my money. And he just was saying that he could do this, that for my career. And he was like, yeah, he's more like your pimp. I told you he was jealous and insecure. He ain't like that. So I'm like, this poor girl is going to get hurt. This is terrible. I'm not liking this. That's happening. I'm like, Lord, she about to get hurt. Meanwhile, Autumn is still in here with this room. I'm like, is anybody going to save this girl? She in here topless. She dancing. Y'all not picking up on the clues. Somebody go in there and get this girl. So here comes that little boy who got let in. That's the little boy. That's the cousin to the guy that did the IDs for Mercedes and Autumn. And he hands Mercedes the missing persons paper and says, he said, you'll know what to do with it. And she notices, she sees Autumn, aka Haley, and she sees the ring, and she recognized the ring on the guy's finger. So finally, here we go. It's going to be Mercedes to the rescue because everybody else is preoccupied. So it's like, damn. So Mercedes comes up, she goes in there, bottle service, pushes her way through. She's in there, and he goes with it for a little while. She pours a bottle for him, and she was like, you ain't spent no money. I don't see nothing. She knows something is wrong. And then she hands the thing. She says, I'll leave. She said, I will leave if Haley wants me to leave. So she's on to it. So then he pours the bottle out and whatever. And she said, well, you want me to bring you another bottle? And she does that whole trick. She grabs the bottle, breaks it in half, and she's trying to cut him with it. But he's quick. He's quick on his feet. He grabs her. Now he got Mercedes by the neck, and I'm like, security still don't see these two women getting roughed up. Oh my God, come on. So now Autumn is like, your money is here. Your money is here. I'm going to go get it. She runs to the dressing room. She gets dressed. Then she goes to look for the gun that was in her locker. The gun is gone. Then homegirl gets in her car, and I said, this chick is about to leave. You about to leave. You going to leave Mercedes in here with this dude. You really going to do this? I was getting upset with her. But then she came back. She did come back. I'm glad she came back. Mercedes in there yoked up this whole struggle. They're in there fighting. Uncle Clifford is upset with Lil Murda. They have a conversation. He tells Lil Murda off. Like, what was all that? Look how you acting. You got to make up your mind. Either you going to be with me or you not. Lil Murda's crying. He's like, oh, I didn't know because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm stunting, I'm fronting, I'm doing all this. He's confused. Listen, you going to be with him, you got to be with him. If not, you can't handle that, you gotta leave it alone. That's what Uncle Clifford tells him. Meanwhile, Uncle Clifford finally sees what's going on. He's calling code red, ain't nobody answering, so he takes matters into his own hands. Meanwhile, while that's happening, Diamond decides, he sees Keyshawn getting roughed up by a boyfriend. He decides he's going to confront him in the bathroom. Now, this is what surprised me, because usually these men that beat on women and fight women, they cowards. They don't want smoke with men. But Keyshawn's boyfriend was actually talking back to Diamond, told Diamond mind his business, made a little racial slur, and they got in, they start fighting. And he was holding his own. He was actually fighting back. I was surprised. Usually these women beaters are punks, and they usually don't fight men, you know. But they were going at it, toe to toe, and there was more tension because then there was this gun, and the gun is dry. And I'm like, okay, is he going to end up getting the best of Diamond and shooting Diamond? Like they were going at it. And while that's happening, you got Autumn and Mercedes in this room with this dude, and now Uncle Clifford is in there. And so the fight, Diamond's fight with Keyshawn's boyfriend spills out into the crowd. And we hear gunshots. They're tussling with the gun. We hear gunshots, the crowd runs out. And I'm like, oh gosh, this is where I get upset. This is where I got upset. Keyshawn runs back into the pink. She sees them fighting, and she's yelling, stop it, stop it, stop it. She pulls out the gun on Diamond and says, get off of him, Diamond. Get off. I was so pissed off with this chick with her cute self, but I was still pissed off with her. I'm like, but see, this is what happens with abused women. You gonna protect this man. He about to beat you up when you get home. But you stopping him from getting the ass whooping that he deserves. I was so mad. I was like this, like I'm yelling at the screen, like, what? What is wrong with you? But she's in love, and that's sadly this is what happens a lot of times. So he backs away and gets off her boyfriend. The boyfriend was towed down. Derek, that's his name, Derek. Derek was towed down. Diamond was about to finish him off, but she stopped him. Meanwhile, he then hears the gunshot coming from that room, so he runs in there. We hear more gunshot. We see the blood, and that's the end of that scene. And they go to another scene where they kind of tricked us. We see Grandma, played by Loretta Devine. Grandma's here. She's in black, and they're talking about the shooting that happened. And it looked like they're going to a funeral, and I'm like, Lord, who done died? But it was funny. Turns out they ain't going to a funeral. They're going to the auction, but they're being dramatic and dressed in black. And this auction was hilarious. And why I say it was hilarious is the way they're dressed. And the mayor in that fire red pimp suit, where is he going? And he's just happy, and he made little remarks. Ernestine, that's Uncle Clifford's grandmother. Ernestine, my condolences. She tells him, F you, whatever. Then he goes over to Uncle Clifford and is like, you could work the buffet table at the casino. Just being a smart aleck. You could work the buffet table at the casino. And he says to him, hopefully you'll run that better than you ran the pink. So they're getting into this auction. Andre's there with his wife, and they're ready to do this auction. And in walks Haley, a.k.a. Autumn, all in white. And they start the bidding. And now Andre is only allowed to bid. He can't bid over, I think it was $200K or something like that. Or $250K. He can't go no higher than that. He doesn't have permission. So they're going back and forth, bidding. She's bidding higher than him. She ends up bidding for $250,000, I believe. And the mayor is pissed off. He's like, listen, call and see if you can get this bid in. So he calls, and he gets the guy on the phone to see if he could get permission. Andre calls to see if he could get permission to bid higher. But then he kind of lets it go, and he keeps looking at Haley, and she looks at him, he looks at her, and she wins the auction. So now Big Red, that's what I'm gonna call the mayor, Big Red, because he had on that ugly red suit. He runs up, he's like, well, the rule is you gotta have cash on hand. And she had the cash, she dumped the money out. But what was funny was when they were doing the auction, the commentary that was going on, and the grandmother said, "Ooh, that costs more than my coochie." It was just funny, that commentary. So she saved the pink. She has the money for the pink. And what a sad scene. We see Mercedes going to the church, getting on her knees to her mother. And she said, isn't God the God of second chances? And her mother says, yes, he is, second and third. But remember, I'm dead to you. And I was like, you see, Mercedes should have punched you in your face again. Because this mother is dirty. This is a dirt. How you do your daughter like that again? And walked off and closed the church door. You know what? Your mother, she gonna get hers. She gonna definitely get hers. So we go back to the pink. They're cleaning up or whatever. They're having this little hilarious banter with Grandma. And, they're cleaning up. And he says to Haley, why did you come back, and you saved us, whatever. And she said, well, listen, I owed you, and now you owe me, partner. So now they're partners. And then Mercedes walks in, and she's like, is business. She's going to talk about last night, and Grandma cuts off. It's like, last night is in the past, here's to the future, and the pink is back in business. So that was that. It was an excellent episode. I enjoyed it from beginning to end, and I cannot wait for season 2. Who knows where they're going to go with this, but this was a really good season. Short, but it was really good, well written, and I'm looking forward to the second season. Tell me your thoughts. Did you like it? I loved it. I loved it. I loved the entire season, but I loved the way it ended as well. It was very good. So that's all I got. I enjoyed it. That is it, y'all. That is it. Thank you for watching. Y'all like my shirt? I'm going to leave a link down below so you can, if you want to order one, you can get your own. Because, you know, one of the other shirts I had on, somebody said they liked it, and I put the link down below so they could order their own. So I'm going to put the link down below so you can order your own. But anyway, that's all I have. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.